Today we are going to solve some questions wherein we have to identify the fraction from the given statement. Right, so the first question we have to look into this alphabet and answer the following two questions. Okay, so we are given this word title and what fraction of letters are vowels in the given word. So we have to identify the fraction for vowels. So whenever we are writing fraction, we need a denominator, right? Denominator means number of parts, right? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so we have total 5 alphabets. So it becomes the denominator. And how many vowels are there? You know, A, E, I, O, U are vowels. So I and E. So these are the two vowels. Right, so 2 by 5 is the fraction for the first question. What fraction of letters are consonants in the given word? Right, so whatever is not a vowel is a consonant. If we have two vowels, the remaining 3 out of the 5 must be a consonant. Right, so 3 by 5 is the number of consonant. So we have 2 by 5 and 3 by 5, which is A. Next question, we are given a list of students, right? They are the friends of Advik. What fraction of names are starting with a vowel? Again, we have to find the denominator. So denominator means the total names that we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the denominator is 9. And out of these names, which of the names start with a vowel? Right? So this is the name that is starting with a vowel: Anisha, Aditya, and Emily. Right, so the answer would be 4 by 9, which is option number A. Okay, a different type of question. So wherein we are given a word problem, we have to create a fraction out of that. Rashi bought 56 cookies from the market, out of which 14 are chocolate cookies, 28 are butter cookies, and the rest are sugar cookies. What fraction of total cookies bought were sugar cookies? So if we look into this question, it is saying what fraction of total cookies, right? So we are given the denominator. In the denominator, we should have the total cookies, right? So because it is asking what fraction of total cookies. Okay, so denominator is the total number of cookies that we have, which is 56. Now numerator is what we are interested in. So we are interested in finding the number of sugar cookies, right? So we have 56 cookies in total. So out of them, 14 are chocolate cookies and 28 are butter cookies. And the rest are sugar cookies. So if I add these two, I'll get the number of cookies which are not sugar cookies. So 14 plus 28 gives us 42. Right, so these are the number of cookies that are not sugar cookies. Right, and if I subtract this with 56, or if I subtract 42 from 56, I'll get 14. So number of sugar cookies are 14, and if I just plug in, I'll get 14 by 56. Now we don't have it in the option, so we have to simplify this, right? So if you remember the table for 14, so 14 times 4 is 56. So both of them have 14 as a factor. So 14 divided by 14 and 56 divided by 14. So this is 1 and this is 4. Okay. Next question. Aman went on a 15-day trip. He spent 7 days in Manali and the rest of the days in Shimla. What fraction of his trip did he spend in Shimla? Again, we have to find the denominator and the numerator. So the question is asking what fraction of his trip. So what is the total number of days in the trip? Just 15, right? So 15 is the denominator. The numerator would be number of, or the number we are interested in. So what is the number that we are interested in? It is the number of days that he spent in Shimla. Right, if he spends 7 days in Manali, so the remaining 8 days, right, which is 15 minus 7, we'll be spending in Shimla. So the answer would be 8 by 15, okay, which is C. Next question, Mrs. Gupta baked a cake and cut it into 9 equal slices. She ate one slice and gave 2 slices to her children and 2 slices to her husband. What fraction of cake is left with her? Right, again the question is asking what fraction of cake. So what should be the denominator? Denominator is number of parts that make up a whole cake, right? So since she cut it into 9 equal slices, 9 will be the denominator, right? Numerator is the number we are interested in. We are interested in the fraction of cake that is left with her, or the number of slices that is left with her. Now she ate one slice and gave two slices to her children and two slices to her husband. So overall, they all consumed five slices in total, and they are now left with only four slices. So only four out of that nine slice is left with her. So this is the fraction. The total number of children in a class is 40. If the fraction of the class that were present on Monday is 31 by 40, then how many children were absent on that day? Right, so you are already given the denominator 40, and the numerator says the number of students that are present, because we are given the fraction of the class that was present, which means 31 out of 40 students were present. Right, now once we are given this information, we can easily find the number of students that were absent, because we have 40 students and out of them 31 were present. So 40 minus 31 is the number of students that are absent, which is 9. Right? So D is the correct answer. So again, we have already discussed this question, so we are going to skip this. There are 60 passengers in a bus, out of which 25 are males, 20 are females, and the rest are children. What fraction of total passengers in the bus are children? Right, so again, what fraction of total passengers? So denominator must contain total passengers, which is 60 here. Right, numerator is the number we are interested in. So we are interested in the number of children. So 25 are males and 20 are females. So 25 plus 20, which is 45, are adults, and the remaining 60 minus 45, because 60 is the total passengers and we have 45 adults. So we already get 15, which is the number of children in the bus. Right, so we have 15 by 60. Again, if you know the table for 15, so 15 is a factor of 15 as well as 60. So we'll divide both of them by 15. Right, so 15 divided by 15 is 1, 60 divided by 15 is 4. So 1 by 4 is the correct answer. Meera has 6 raw eggs and 8 boiled eggs. If she ate 3 boiled eggs, then what fraction of the remaining eggs are raw? So now notice this question, we are given what fraction of the remaining eggs, not the total eggs. So the question changes here. Right, so Meera has 6 raw eggs and 8 boiled eggs. So what is the total number of eggs? It is 40. If the question would have asked what fraction of the total eggs are raw, then the denominator would have been 40. Right, now it is asking what fraction of the remaining eggs. So the denominator must contain remaining eggs, right? So there are 6 raw eggs and 8 boiled eggs, right? If she ate 3 boiled eggs, how many boiled eggs are remaining now? So this is earlier one, or the earlier case. Now we have 6 raw eggs, and instead of 8, I'll have 5 boiled eggs. So this is what is remaining. This is what she started with, which was the total number of eggs. This is what is remaining now. So 6 plus 5 is 11. So instead of 14, we'll have 11 as the denominator. Why? Because we are interested in the fraction of remaining eggs, right? Again, denominator is 11 and not 14. And numerator is the number we are interested in. We are interested in the number of raw eggs, which is 6, right? So we'll have 6 by 11 as the answer. Okay. A circle was divided into 8 equal parts. It is then colored with different colors, as you can see. Study the figure carefully and answer the following questions. Find the fraction of the number of parts colored with red color to the whole figure. Okay, again, fraction has two quantities. One is the numerator, the other is the denominator. So numerator is the number of parts colored with red, right? Which is 1, 2, 3. And denominator will be number of parts in the whole figure. which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So the fraction is 3 by 8. Find the fraction of number of parts colored with blue color to the number of parts colored with green color. Here again the numerator denominator changes. So the number of parts colored with blue color, it is 2. Number of parts colored with green color, it is 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? So the fraction is 2 by 3. Right? So 3 by 8, which is A, and 2 by 3 for B. Right? So C is the correct answer. Which of the following figures show half as the shaded fraction? This is 1 by 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we simplify this, we'll get 1 by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the denominator and 4 is the numerator. Right? So if you simplify this, we get 2 by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the denominator, 2 is the numerator. So this is 1 by 3. Right? So B is the correct answer. Okay, so in the next class, we are going to study about comparing fractions.